Welcome to the Joja Challenge. Anyone who knows me knows that I love fishing in Stardew. It's tough, you're always guaranteed to catch something, and when treasure chests pop up, it's always a surprise. So why not dedicate an entire challenge farm to just this skill? The goal of the fishing-only Joja Challenge is pretty straightforward. Fish and sell your way to the shiny blue Joja Warehouse. Because this is a Joja Challenge, my general Joja Challenge rules apply. If you'd like to know what those are, you can check out my video linked below. Some challenges will have addendums to these rules, but this challenge isn't one of them. On to the Foja specific rules. Number 1. Players can sell anything they catch, including items caught in treasure chests. There are only 2 branches of items that can be caught in chests which can't be sold: rings and weapons. Because we can't receive Marlin's quest to unlock the guild, we can't go visit him and sell these items. It's a tough break, but these are pretty few and far between. Rule number 2. Players can process caught items a total of 1 time before selling. If you catch a geode, go break it at Clint's and sell what's inside. If you catch broken glasses, turn it into refined quartz in a recycling machine and sell that. If you want to upgrade your house and turn every fish you catch into sashimi or sushi, go for it. But remember, you can only process things once, so no smelting the ore you find inside of a geode and then selling that bar later. Rule number 3. Players can only fish in rivers, lakes, the ocean, and the mines. Well, duh, right? Wrong! Fishing in the town fountain can reward players with trash, wood, and stone, all of which can be processed into more valuable items and negate the activity of fishing entirely. Fishing in the pond outside of the spa can also yield trash, which leads me to my final rule. Rule number 4. Players can do anything they'd like to do in terms of the other skills to help make it easier to achieve the goal of this challenge. However, players must be very mindful of what they're using and what they're selling. If you catch ore in a chest and sell it, make sure you don't put it with the stack of ore you collected in the mines. Just because you can catch it doesn't mean you did. On to my run of this challenge. My goal was to complete this challenge before summer of year 1. That meant I needed to catch 140,000 gold worth of fish and chest items in 27 days. I was not as excited about that as my voice might have you believe. Seriously, that's a lot of fishing in not a huge amount of time. While it isn't a rule, by the way, it is worth mentioning that attempting this challenge, or any of my challenges, can result in bouts of questioning your decision-making abilities and maybe just a dash of self-hatred. Moving on. I figured I had 2 farms to choose from for this challenge, the beach farm and the riverland farm. While the beach has enormous money-making potential for fishing, the majority of its valuable resources aren't accessible until the later seasons, and I didn't want to see summer. I figured the best fish to catch in spring are catfish, so it was ultimately the riverland farm for me. I totally forgot about the fact that catfish rely entirely on rainy days, but whatever. I slept through day 1, made a don't chest, and met Willie on day 2, and immediately got to fishing. For those wondering, a don't chest is a chest I make that I put items in I can absolutely not sell, but that I don't necessarily want to trash. Aw, look at me catching my first fish. She has no idea what's coming. I fished until Willie opened his shop, where I promptly sold everything and bought 2 trout soup before noping out for the mountains. On non-rainy days, the mountain lake has the best fish in terms of worth and experience points. While money is the goal, experience is going to help get money faster later. I ended day 2 with level 2 fishing and nearly 1,300 gold. Because day 3 was a guaranteed rain day, I ate my soup and immediately started fishing for catfish on my beautiful farm, where I caught 0 catfish. I wasted a bit of time getting my booty to the river in town to try my hand at catfish again, where I managed to catch 2, and sold them with the rest of that day's haul directly to Willie, where I thought about buying the fiberglass rod. I knew I'd be buying the iridium rod the instant it became available, so I kept my 1800 gold and walked away with 2 more trout soup. I ended day 3 by leveling up to level 4 fishing though, so that's pretty cool. I decided day 4 was a bad day for fishing and opted to increase my foraging by collecting some wood to craft my eventual recycling machine that I swore I would have an army of by the end of my run. Yeah, right. We adopted the cat on day 5, and because it was a super awesome lucky day, I headed to the mines with practically no food to stock up on copper for trap bobbers and make my way to level 20 for ghost and stonefish. I didn't make it past level 10, which I only got from a clutch ladder drop with near 0 energy. I'm not a miner. I'm not ashamed. I managed to get enough copper to make a furnace, which I didn't make until the next day for whatever reason. Day 6 started with smelting some copper in our new furnace before fishing all day long. I also got the Mother Catch achievement and hit level 5 fishing. I opted not to sell anything I caught that day to take advantage of my new skill upgrade. Fish worth 25% more? Yes, please. Day 7 was another day I decided was not a good day for fishing, so I opted instead to sell yesterday's haul, clean up my farm, and reach level 1 foraging to unlock field snacks that I could use to bring to the mines with me. I had those cave fish in my brain after all. Fishing all day on day 8 had me waking up on day 9 with plenty of money to open up my Joja membership. However, fishing on day 8 also had me up to level 6 fishing, which meant Joja was gonna have to wait as Willie had an iridium rod at his shop especially for me. After snagging some magma geodes in a treasure chest, I sold that morning's catch and bought what was rightfully mine along with my first trap bobber, completely ignorant to the fact that I could just craft one myself at that point. I decided to take my chances and have Clint open all 3 magma geodes where I found jasper, iron, and coal. Not a great use of money, but 75 gold is 75 gold, I guess. Day 10 blessed me with the best rainy day ever. Armed with my new rod, I felt confident enough to test the waters on my beloved farm once again and ended up catching not 1, not 2, but 15 catfish. I was so blown away, this marked my second trap bobber purchase while still being able to craft one myself. I also got super lucky with treasure chests, affording me an extra 1,200 gold in gems and ore alone. Feeling completely unstoppable, I spent day 11 finishing my trek in the mines to level 20 for access to the cave fish, after which I went to buy my Joja membership. Of course, when I got there, I remembered you can't actually buy the membership the first time you go in there. This irritated me to no end, and so I went right home and straight to bed. I was blessed with another rainy day on the 12th. I fully expected a repeat catfish performance. No such luck. So I had Clint smash a few more treasure chest geodes for me and bought yet another bobber from Willie that I easily could have crafted myself. I spent the rest of the day hunting catfish and managed 2 more magma geodes and a whole ton of despair. However, I had finally amassed enough iron to smelt my first iron bar for that recycling machine army. We also hit level 8 fishing, which was a nice surprise. Day 13 meant great things for me in terms of chests. Lots of awesome finds led to an eventual 18 hundo of passive treasure income. With the festival out of the way, I was able to return to Joja and purchase my Joja membership on day 14, which felt nice because I had completely forgotten about it. And then Clint was kind enough to crack open 2 more geodes and buy my obsidian and dolomite right off my hands. I then used those proceeds to buy a 4th bobber from Willie, of course. Lucky for me, this was my aha moment, and I quickly raced back to the farm to craft a bunch of bobbers while hating myself. I spent the rest of this day fishing and achieved level 9 overnight. Curious, I crafted 3 magnets with my 1 remaining iron bar on the 15th and found all 3 to be utterly useless and resigned to never again tempt myself with these stupid things. Feeling duped, I threw what I had caught into the shipping bin and headed to Joja Mart to make my first purchase, the mine carts. This was going to make running to the beach and the mountains much easier from here on out as long as I remembered I had unlocked them. Now, the 16th was easily my darkest day, and only because I didn't trust my gut. I was blessed with a rainy day, which I had been using exclusively for catfish. However, I had hit level 9 and knew that with the aid of trout soup, I would have level 10 fishing, which meant the legend was mine. I fished and I fished and I fished until around 3 o'clock when I started questioning whether or not I could even catch the legend without a base skill level of 10. While I was questioning my gut, you'll never guess who hopped on the line just as my last trout soup was wearing out. Yep. Defeated and convinced that was my last shot of the season, I went home legendless. And oh my god, day 17 was a rainy day too. Armed with 3 trap bobbers and 4 trout soups, I headed confidently back to the mountain lake to take down the beast. He put up a fair fight, but I came out victorious and with a cool 9,375 gold. I fished all day on the 18th and 19th, which got me to level 10 fishing, where I had a bit of a moment. Obviously, fish being worth 50% more is a guaranteed profit booster, but I had been getting pretty lucky with treasure chests that the thought of increasing my chances of hooking one seemed too good to pass up. Then I remembered that I had been leaving a trail of coal behind me the entire run and came to my senses. Fish worth 50% more? Yes, please. A largemouth bass on day 20 brought me the luckiest chest all challenge, until I remembered I couldn't do much with Neptune's blade, considering I couldn't sell it. With only about 500 gold shy from the biggest town upgrade on day 21, I grabbed my last magma geode and brought it to Clint, hoping it would be something worth at least 525. Shocker, it wasn't. Off to Willie's to sell the fish of the day, and then back up to Joja to unlock the bus. I spent the rest of that day replenishing my funds. I decided day 22 was yet another bad fishing day and channeled my anxiety into mining some more. Maybe getting to level 40 would make me feel better. Neptune's blade really came in handy, that's for sure. And yes, getting to 40 did, in fact, make me feel better. More rain on the 23rd meant for more catfish, or so I had hoped. Only managed 3, but fished enough to bring the bank back up to a more inspiring number. Day 24 had me attempting to get lucky in the caves. While I managed to snag a stonefish, it wasn't as lucrative as I thought it would be. Now an ice pip, that could bring in some serious money, so naturally, I spent day 25 getting to level 60 in the mines. While the ice pip was worth a pretty 1125 gold, I just couldn't get it to bite more than once and abandoned that strategy. More rain on the 26th brought my faith in catfish back, though I was still nowhere near that 15 catfish day. Still, I couldn't complain. But an unlucky fishing day on the 27th made fishing at all on the 28th a painful idea. I knew I wasn't going to reach my end of spring goal, so I kissed my cat and set my sights on bigger and better summer fish. Summer day 1 had me slingshotting myself out of bed and to the beach for a taste at the mother of all summer catches, the octopus. A crazy hard fish to catch, my tiny peanut brain told me it would be worth at least 1 mega buttload of gold. Watch me learn it's not even worth as much as a pufferfish. Oh wait, you can't, because I'm only just now realizing this as I write this narration. I forgot entirely about the super cucumber as well, and just went back to my farm, where I managed to find an iridium band that I didn't need and couldn't sell, but I wore it out of pride and went to bed. I woke up with enough money to buy the greenhouse, and so I did, the footage of which does not exist for whatever reason, but I swear that I did it. I will provide you proof later. I spent the rest of the day working hard to get my bank balance up where it belongs. My days 3 and 4, voila, greenhouse footage, were much of the same. I finally remembered to grab my stack of wood on day 5 of summer and snagged me a gold quality crimson fish for 3375 gold, which I promptly added to my now over 20,000 gold bank account and used to buy out the quarry bridge. One more town upgrade to go, and I spent the rest of the day replenishing with, of course, more fishing, managing to bring myself back up to 1 gold shy of an even 7,000. Now, of course, day 6 was a Saturday, which meant I couldn't sell directly to Willie. So rather than run to the beach, I decided to stick on the farm and hunt for the Dorado. Not a particularly valuable fish, but elusive, and thus I had to have it. Spoiler alert, I didn't. But I did catch enough pike to feed a small nation, and this, along with my army of one recycling machine, brought me up to 12,270 gold on what I thought would be my last full day of fishing. Weather had other plans for me. My intention for day 7 was to go to the beach and fish for a few hours, sell everything I had to Willie, hit that final 20 grand I needed, and head off to Joja to claim the final upgrade. But pufferfish don't like rainy days, so my cash cow was out of the running. What's a few more hours of fishing, I thought? Well, I'll tell you, I fished every second up to 4:50 p.m. that day and sold that man everything I had, only to be 2,400 gold short. I fished for the rest of the night, remembered super cucumbers were a thing, shipped my haul, put 5 iridium ore into the furnace just in case, and went to bed knowing I did the best that I could. We got more than we wanted overnight, so I headed straight to Joja first thing on day 8, where I stood and waited, contemplating my decisions in life and how I really need to get out more and make friends, and how weird is it that I would love to fish in Stardew and the idea of fishing in real life makes my stomach churn. And oh hey, Joja's open! As long as it didn't rain on the 9th, we were made in the shade. I headed to town in the morning, watched the big celebration for me, and collected my soda machine. So I ended up finishing this challenge 9 days shy of my goal on summer, day 9, year 1. There are a few things I would have done differently, like deciding a day wasn't a good day for fishing, simply because I was tired and frustrated. Every day is a good day for fishing. Legitimately, fishing is unaffected by luck, or so I've been told by absolutely everyone who's better at this game than I am. I would also most certainly have remembered way earlier that I could craft bobbers on my own, so I didn't waste quite so much money on them at Willie's. I'm all about supporting small businesses, but I spent 2 grand on bobbers. I also would have spent far less money on trout soup. At a certain point, soup and a bobber with a level 10 fishing skill is just overkill. Oh, and if I were to do this challenge again and fail at finishing it in spring of year 1 again, I would not fight one single octopus, nor would I forget about the super cucumber. If you attempt this challenge, be sure to share your result with me below. And until next time, happy challenging or whatever.